Hello! Probably a new episode, tubers, but I forget how I split these up. Anyway, maybe new episode, tubers. Welcome back to the end of the mission that I might have shown you the beginning of last episode. I think that's what we did. Anyway, it actually went really, really well. The B team crushed it. The civilians didn't really put up too much of a fight, and now they're all dead. And the breach strat that you guys have seen a couple times seems to continue to work. So we got some promotions. Thornum, you were asking about your HP. Unfortunately, you didn't get any stats. You must have maximum strength and TUs by now, so there's not a lot to grow until we stop you being a power armor. You have to move on to a different class. Anyway, nothing to worry about. So, yeah, they've got themselves a mission that we probably should skip, but we're going to do one more light shuttle for fun. We're not even going to let them home to go rest. We're going to send them right over there. Oh, and just because we were talking about it, during the mission, we were trying to figure out these vehicles that can equip stuff. So the Savior was our, data hack version vehicle for Phase 2. And I was confused earlier on. It does say preferred light tank, but it should probably say Defender there instead of Scimitar, because I think the Scimitar is meant to be your heavy tank. Well, it says light tank here as well. It's really weird, because Siege Tank is your only heavy tank, and then in Phase 2 there's apparently no heavy tank. Who knows? It's confusing. Anyway, Scimitars are probably a little bit better for me. It says Machine Gun or Cannon. Savior also says Machine Gun or Cannon, but... And we can double check this here. We can unequip this, go back to nothing, and we cannot equip it. We can equip some cannons, but not the AP one. And somewhere I'm pretty sure I had a backup. Yeah, this team has a normal plasma cannon, and we can't equip that either. So unfortunately, these Saviors, I don't know why they can equip this one, but none of the other ones. I don't think I have any. I didn't make any explosive AP cannons. It cannot equip the AP Alenium cannon either. So, anyway, that's all I got. So, I'm kind of not happy that I built all of these. They seem... Where's the one that has, yeah, we have one of these old Defenders. Like, they use the same model, so they're meant to be an upgrade to the Defender more than anything. And I guess it sort of makes sense graphically that the Scimitar is an upgrade to the Siege Tank. It's just not quite how things are explained, and I just want everything to have cool cannons. That's all. I must have built an extra one here. Well, if the base ever gets attacked, we're well defended. Anyway, my overall summary of these guys is they actually have more HP and time units than this guy, which is why I thought they'd be more of the heavy tank, actually. But, machine guns are fine. I think they can still equip the plasma bolt, if anyone has one. I think I'm building one somewhere, or maybe they can't. Surely I have a plasma bolt on one of my bases. Nope. Anyway, there's another weapon we could try out. These guys. More of a AoE. It's kind of like the plasma cannon. Similar. But it costs alloys. Which is just kind of why I wanted to build these things. They don't cost a lot in resources. I didn't test out the rocket, but I doubt it can equip rockets. Anyway. Just wanted to cover that. Let's make sure it's nice and bright. And we'll get another mission out of the way here. So this is only a light shuttle. It shouldn't be particularly difficult. But it's another Sizen light shuttle. And the last one had a queen. So, maybe we'll find another queen in here. I don't think I'll record the whole episode, but I'll probably play a little bit more cautiously. It should be able to equip the plasma bolt. That's kind of what I figured. Yeah, I think that classified as a machine gun type weapon, even though it just fires the one. But I think it also destroys equipment pretty effectively. if I remember. Anyway, we've got ourselves a small map. Light UFO probably up there. I'll start recording again, future tubers, if anything interesting happens. I promise. Hey there, future tubers. It was very easy. One of the easiest missions we've had in a while. I don't think... Danny didn't take that damage here. So that was a flawless mission. If you're going for rewards in chat, if anyone bet, that would be a 0, I think. Because he was injured going in, and no one took any damage today. It was... barely did anything, honestly. So, no problem. Okay, back to the map. Actual time passage. So one thing... I mean, runes, if you're still hanging out, we might... One thing I'd like to consider doing is a little bit of cheating, but I'd like to spawn either a terror ship with Sizen specifically, because we haven't caught those yet, or a landing ship with Sizen specifically. Because I don't want to miss them in Phase 2 before they're gone, and then we have to catch up later. Also, I want to upgrade all these carbines, and keep forgetting. Don't forget to upgrade the carbines. Full-on Mark III tech. But yeah, we're probably going to make a couple saves in a few days and see if I can cheat a little bit to get the right species, just to keep things rolling, basically. It's a real pain when you finish a phase and you just never got the right species on the right UFO. Since I like the grenades, you make a little video about them? Sure, go for it. I would say, my only downside with the grenades is, some of the mechanics where they drop them on their feet. And some of them are pretty expensive. Shock, Advanced Chem, might be a little bit more pricey than I like, but... yeah, no, it's cool. Oh good, we finished our final tech for the moment. Alien Anti-Grav Generator. I don't think this is going to make any difference in Phase 2 at all, if I remember correctly, but I'm sure we'll need this in the future. Yeah, it doesn't really tell me anything about future tech. So, that's all. We're missing one data hack. And if we see a base, a landing ship, I kind of think I want to try the fun experiment of letting the base grow. All right, we probably have a couple disassembly UFOs here, and I think once B team is done with the carbines, I want them to upgrade their Foxtrots. Oh, A team's going to build another Lotus. That's right. All right, so they should be good. They've got the mats for this. They might need to build some plasma torpedoes, but this is fine. B team is sending them to South America. And then we'll be fully stocked up. A cool grenade trick with all grenades. Sure, sounds good. Alright. Lancer upgrades. And I did not build my plasma torpedoes ahead of time, so... let's just queue up 3 of these. Alien bomber cruiser. Alright, so the A team... oh yeah, so they were going to do a Lotus. And to do that, unfortunately, we have to sort of play around here a little bit. We're going to temporarily store a Lancer somewhere else while we build a new Lotus. And build it some weapons as well. Traditionally, we've been going Plasma Torp, Hyper Missile, and Anti-Missile. Titanium Anti-Missile. Luckily, these things build super fast, so... aircraft are pretty easy to build, I'd say. They maybe should take longer, I don't know. You can definitely craft them quicker than I was expecting. Alright, so you finished your 3-pack of Plasma Torps. Now just got to build the last 2 Lancers for the moment. We'll do a bit of calculations on aircraft if we want to upgrade the other bases for Tier 2, but... I think the Tier 3 ships will require different materials anyway, So there's not a lot of point holding on to our current, like, aircraft parts is what I'm thinking. Alright. So this guy we're going to send to be a second Lotus in Europe. So we've got two Loti in Australia and 2 in Europe. That's probably as many as I want to build at this point. Yeah. I could probably actually build one more if I move some stuff around. Yeah, I could definitely build one more, but I think I'm going to hold off to this for potentially tier 3 or 4, just to have some spare stuff, because those are pretty hard to get right now. Right, I have to move that guy. Off to Europe, I said. And then the guys with the extra Lancer, send it back to my main base while we catch up on disassembling. B team is finishing their Lancers. C team is doing nothing. Good job, me. Did I upgrade their carbines? No. That's probably what I meant to do, and then I forgot. Yeah, because we just disassembled some Matter-G rifles, and I forgot. They've probably been doing nothing for a couple days, because... standard. Okay, we'll send... you off. The final Lancer for the moment. Alright, well, that looks pretty good. We've got double, triple, or we've got 3 sets of tier 2 planes, some extra high-tech planes, and then technically 6 sets of tier 1 jets. And they do have tier 2 weapons at least. I'm not sure how important it is going to be to upgrade them all. Because right now, if we get to tier 3, you know, we'll upgrade the main team's air and second-hand the second tiers and replace the first tier, you know. For now, I think we'll just stock up on resources for a little while, because there's still lots of stuff just sitting around here. Also, B team probably's got a couple UFOs to disassemble. So light shuttle, and they did another cruiser, and C team probably has one of those as well. Yeah, keeps them busy. We've got some more radar, so I'm going to start putting a save down every day or two, because I kind of feel like it. I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't take a whole lot of time to show off. I'm still not 100% sure if you can manipulate the type of UFO. Other than within a certain set. If only we could automate this part. Alright, midnight we'll save again. Or maybe an hour before midnight. Some cool, I sure hope this is not copyrighted. I'm just gonna skip that one on case, because it doesn't feel like that's necessarily OC Remix safe. Even if it's on an OC Remix album, technically. Yeah, I don't know. I wish you could do a quick save on the Geoscape. But yeah, to prevent... Well, okay, there's a way of probably... I guess if that's what I want to do, if I'm committing, the way to actually do this is to make a save now, and then find out when the next UFO wave is coming, and then just reload back to here. And then just stop doing all my base management, because we're going to reload. Sure. gives us an idea of how much time we had to. We're scrying into the future. Okay, so we've got until about noon on the 17th. And there is a terror carrier there. So maybe we'll just get lucky and we'll get what we want on our first try. But I wouldn't count on it. But we don't want to miss out on all this work. Quick saves can be unstable. Yeah, I haven't had that happen to me yet. But I have had... I do remember, like, Xenonauts Vanilla. That happened a couple times, I think. Where I had to use the autosave at the beginning. Well, that's probably why I still make a... It's just built in when I'm doing these Xenonaut kind of games. I make separate save files for everything, so... Generally, that part's pretty reliable. Alright. We're just tearing up through all this backlog. That's a vanilla bug, yeah. Once we get to the 17th, we need to make our new save. But this is good, letting us catch up on our ballistic cores and stuff. Getting some extra fibers for our armors. We were definitely really low on energy, ballistic, and fibers. And we're like completely out of alenium as well, which is kind of a problem. Ah! I don't want to do 20 Andron servers right now. 15th of April. Hey, at least we've got 60 engineers. This would have taken even longer with only the 40 we used to do. Okay, once we get to the 17th, or maybe midnight, like right before midnight, because I feel like there's some variability in when the UFOs show up. We'll make a second save. Noon. It's about 3 o'clock. Definitely before midnight, I'm gonna make my next save. Ooh, a toxic cannon. Okay, as soon as that one is done, as soon as the toxic rifle is complete, that's where we stop. Well, not stop, but this is where I think we want to prepare for the next wave. Last time it was 17 at noon, but we're not 100% sure about that. One thing I'm not totally confident on is how the aliens, you know, deal with their spawns and stuff, the AI. But we're learning a little bit today with our sciencing. If they show up at exactly 12 again, to be honest, they haven't showed up yet, and we just did a bunch of micromanagement. Alright, 12 o'clock again. So, I really don't want to save scum like crazy, but if there is another Terror battleship, we saw one on our first run, so it should still be here? Landing ship, but it's the wrong species. Like, we need a Sizen operator, so that's kind of annoying. And a Terror, the right Terror battleship. Should we try to get both of them to be the right species? Then we get the base built, technically get the Sizen operator, and technically get, assumedly, all of the Sizen, and then we're done with our research. It'll take a couple tries, probably. But we've seen the 2 ships we want. We just need to get them to be the right species. And then win the missions, of course, which is always fun. And then we can let this base grow. Yeah, this shouldn't take... Well, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how it works. But let's see. That's an Andron landing ship. So that's not going to work. And a civilian. So it's probably a 1 in 9 chance if it's totally fair. There might be some waiting. Shuttle. Scout. Cruiser. Bomber cruiser, light shuttle. So where'd they go? That time we didn't get any terror battleships. How does the game decide what you get? Civilian landing ship again. This is crazy. Double civilians. I wonder if it matters like what speed I played on. Another civilian terror ship. So terror ship but no landing ship. Okay, my 1 in 9 might not be accurate. We might just have to get one of the two and leave the other one for later. That's an Andron terror ship. Although, yeah, even if we could get a Sizen terror operator technically, because I think it's showing the 2 operators for each species. We actually really do need. We need the what am I trying to say? The troops as well from Sizen. That's why we're trying to find that one specifically. Interesting. We're getting a close look in how Xenonauts tries to spawn your UFOs. Because we don't always even get a terror battleship here. It's clearly likely. Going fishing, is that what you call it? I'm mostly trying to learn how this works, actually. Massive, but it's outside of my scout. But yeah. You have to let it land or you might lose. That's possible. But we're only talking about a couple operators, and they tend to live. Another Andron one. Okay, future tubers, we're going to stop recording, because this might take a little while, but I kind of want to try. We're definitely not going to do this a lot during the campaign, but I want to see if I can bend the game to my will here. And if this takes like a half an hour, then we won't bother later. But at least I'll know. So, see you guys in a second. Alright, future tubers. It took a little while. Maybe, I don't know how long we spent. Maybe 10 minutes or so trying to figure out the right UFO combination. The RNG is a bit rough trying to manipulate like this, but we now have a terror mission with Sizens. We need to capture a terror Sizen and a terror Wraith, and one of them will be a terror operator. So we have to shoot it down, hopefully, and win that mission. And that's most of our tech. We did also double check that the data hack we're missing is specifically from this Sizen, not from the landing ship. So the landing ship we also managed to spawn construction, and it also, we got very lucky. This is the perfect outcome. But the landing ship Sizen operator isn't actually required. We just wanted them to make a base. But we will theoretically get all of our catches with these 2 missions. And we'll let the base grow so that we can, in the future, have some fun with that. That said, they also spawned a second terror battleship. And that's another mission for us to do. So, we need to shoot some stuff down. There's a lot of big ships flying around with a lot of escorts, and we need to be smart on how we shoot things down. So we're going to do a lot of air combat here. And first things first, Europe is pretty close to this terror battleship. We need to clear off their interceptors right away. So that's step 1, get rid of interceptors on the battleships, because they got to get shot down. So the Assyrius should be up for the job. Hold on. We're going to send the Soviets interceptors after this one. And, well, this guy we're going to leave alone for a little while anyway, because he's the landing ship. So we're going to focus on the guys that kind of time sensitive here. I think Central America, well, yeah, okay. We're going to send Central America's bombers up. They've got fast bombers. Lancers can get up there pretty quick. And Indochina, we're going to launch their Lancers to help deal with the Terror battleship. We're gonna use Soviets, Foxtrots to shoot this guy out of the sky. These 2 bases bombers to shoot this guy out of the sky. We can at least try if we send Australia right now, because these things are pretty fast. We'll send their double Lotus up. And there are 2 Lotuses in Europe that we're going to test out on this battleship. We're going to let the fighters get there first, but then we'll launch them. Air combat. Oh, yeah, and, you know, stuff's going on in base, too. Probably should keep those guys doing something. Sorry, engineers, it's just, this is not the right time. We're busy. Alright. Now, if these guys shoot down the bomber as well, that's fine. But if they don't, the Foxtrots will be able to handle it. Alright. Belt face. We do have Meg Storms at least. Lure the fighters away. Usually this hasn't posed too much trouble. Get them sped up. Get a little bit of a distance between us and the bomber. And then turn for combat. Angles. Let's play some geometry. Good. One more time, please. We're waiting for the recharge there. Alright. Perfect. We're at lots of fuel, so we can probably have these guys shoot them down. The only limit really on a serious killing them is if they've got enough fuel to get through. We want to make sure we go in at a nice angle. And, you know, enough ammunition, but I'm pretty confident the ammunition will hold with the Meg Storms. Alright, excellent. Stay behind him. Afterburn is off. Give him heck. Need some more DACA. Oh, it's coming. Here you go. Dead bomber. Now, we're probably not even going to do this ground mission because we don't really have the teams for all of this. But we still have to shoot stuff down. Okay. Well, they did such a good job. I'm going to also send them to help deal with interceptors if they get there first. Because you never know where they're going to fly. And we'll have to deal with this soon, but we can let it land first and deal with it when it picks up. Alright, the Corsairs got there first. Not too surprising. Do it for all the Elenium. Oh, man. We'll be here for 5 hours on this one wave of UFOs. Alright. Corsairs. Shouldn't be much different than the last one, except they're even faster. As long as we stay out of range of the Terror battleship, it shouldn't be anything to worry about. We'll save our fuel for combat. Let them catch up with us a little bit. Alright, speed it up. And probably about good for a barrel roll. Yeah. Got him. It's different switching between different... one of the reasons I use the same weapons on like all my interceptors is if you get used to one sort of barrel roll width and you're switching between different speeds with different speeds to determine how far you roll sideways and also different firing arcs, it gets real hard to remember. It just gets more confusing when you're in the middle of this. Like right now, I'm pretty confident it's the right time. But if I was using a different weapon and a different jet, it's pretty easy to mess up the roll. So, as long as we're sticking with the same kinds of guns and ships, you can kind of, once you've learned how to shoot them down, it's easy. It would be a lot of material if we do all the missions, for sure. Although the main priority is to get the tech. Alright, you guys go home. This guy's flying away from us. Let's get those Loti in the air. And some more Foxtrots chasing after him, because it's going to take a while to catch up anyway. And I think North Africa, I haven't launched their Lancers yet, but we're going to need them. We may need them. Let's get them going. I don't know how many of these guys we're going to need, to be honest. So I would like to not lose these Lancers, because someone has to shoot this down still. And the bombers will be pretty... Actually, the Lotai... No, the landing ship has the long range... That's going to be a little bit finicky to deal with. Don't suppose Central America. You've got the Corsairs. I wonder if they could fly over speedily enough. B team's interceptors to clear out the escorts. All right, time for terror. Oh, time for a light cruiser. Sure, this doesn't really matter. Just shoot them down. Easy. If I want to do that mission, I have to do it like right now. But honestly, I'm just going to make the executive decision here. We're not even going to try to do those larges. I don't have the time to micromanage all this and also do the ground missions in between. It's just going to take forever. These are the three we really care about. Man, if I send those in right now, they're going to get crushed. What we can do is just tail it. I don't know if these guys are going to make it there in time. I was hoping to let the Lotus go first. This guy has been dodging us very effectively. Alright, so we got to take out these... I think we're on this one right here. So we're taking out the second Terror battleship's escorts. So he's flying that way. I generally try to head to the direction behind it, because if we fly if we fly on this side of the map, he gets there quicker. If we go behind him, he turns real slow. That's the Ankylo theory anyway. Right, we're using a Sirius. Hold on. I forgot we weren't in Corsairs. See? Switching between types of aircraft causes me all kinds of dumb problems. Alright, well this is not ideal. We got a hit off. Alright, guys. Not ideal. Need a little bit more space. Got some cool Metroid music going on. Halfway dead. But the battleship's getting pretty close now, and we don't have a lot of time here. We may have messed it up a bit too much. Dang it. It's gonna hurt, but... Why are you turning that way, you dummy? Okay, 3 is probably dead. But 1 and 2 took him out. Go fast.
Contact everywhere, heavy contact.
Did we make it? We made it. Why are you going that way, you dummy? Please leave in a sensible fashion. Whew, that was a little close. Alright, interceptor's done. Time for shooting the big boys down. And it does need to be over land, although this probably won't shoot it down, but I can't risk not getting these missions. Well, this mission specifically, but, you know, I'd like to do them both. Foxtrot reached position. This guy, sure. Alright. So this is kind of our first try using Loti, or Lotus, against a Terra battleship. I don't even know how well they'll do. They're very expensive, and they shouldn't be shot down by the missiles. But he also has like, they've got the anti-missile that will shoot enemy missiles down. So that's good. And it might take down the drones and stuff. But the hyper missiles, we probably can't get close enough. So we just have to try to hit him with plasma, or the torpedoes. And best case scenario, we keep somewhat perpendicular so that like, not every weapon he has is a missile thing that we can shoot down. We're gonna have to still be dodging the like mass driver type weapons. I have done this kind of stuff before, but we'll see. It definitely takes some practice. So the thing here, these guys should be shot down by the anti-missile until we run out of ammo. The yellow thing is fairly easy to dodge. The blue thing is not, and we can't shoot either of those down. And if we're not going the right angle and the right speed, this is going to hurt. It actually didn't hurt as much as I thought. We have launched 2 torpedoes. We did not lose our lock, so as soon as it's reloaded, we'll fire another one. But we might get hit by that. We actually dodged the purple and the yellow. We've launched 2 rounds of torpedoes. It might be smart to make some distance here, but so far this is working. Getting closer to him is just, I don't know, man. We've done a lot of damage with these things. We fired 2 more torpedoes, but we're not going to have the angle. So if we want to fire the last 2 plasma torpedoes, we're going to have to get out and come back in. And if we want to use the hyper torpedoes, I don't even know. Such a small arc. I think what we do is we get a bit of distance and come back for the final shot. Are you friggin' kidding me? Now, this is definitely due to playing on the easy air game, but I've never shot down a Terra battleship without losing anything. This is a first for me. And I'm pretty confident that the Lotus or Loti would have, even if it was on normal mode, they could have got them at least 50% down on their own. Because they had 2 more torpedoes. If we could kill them with 6 torpedoes, then 8 torpedoes would have had them at like 60-70%. And we didn't even use the hyper missiles, but using them would have been suicide. Still, yeah, Lotus, turns out, you know, not the worst. Oh, the mission won't end. If there's any projectiles on screen, the mission won't end for a little while. Alright, I think we're going to save that mission for the morning rather than right now. We're going to have 2 missions to do right away, and we'll be able to do both of them after the night's over. So let's just focus on shooting this one down. So unlike our Lotus with anti-missiles, the Lancers don't have that advantage. They could try to come in at an angle to dodge the projectiles, but the missiles are always going to hit them. Yeah, we'll get our teams queued up. Once we shoot this down, I'll figure out how we're loading everybody up. He's actually, because he's turning into us, the angle would be better if we went this way, technically, but it might be too late to change. And these are going to hit us no matter what. Do we dodge the purple? No. So the Lancers are not as fast as the Loti. And they have no anti-missile. Just try to launch your final torpedo. I mean, they did as good as they could do. What did we get it down to? We actually did 77% damage. If you're not a Lotus, there's no real way to win this, because you can't. You need an anti-missile system, and I have tried. If you're thinking, What if you bring a third, like, what if you bring 2 Lancers and some of the anti-missile? And then the anti-missile ship can cover them. No. Unfortunately, you can only shoot down missiles that are targeting you. And they will pick 2 ships randomly. So if they picked the ship that had the anti-missile system for the missile, he could survive. But if they don't pick him, they'll shoot the guys with no anti-missile, and they'll just get killed by missiles. So I thought that would work, but I've tested that one before. Oh, paused. The good news is we've got some more Foxtrots on the way. I was worried that I might need these Corsairs, but we don't. So I'm gonna get these escorts shot down. And then we got some big missions to queue up. Alright, not over water. Another wave of Lancers. We could wait for the Loti, I guess. Because they're almost there. Let's take down the fighter cover. Oh, right. This is a pain, because we take a lot of damage. And there's not a lot we can do. I think, technically, it's not max range. It's just extreme range. Yeah, you can get out of the range of the landing ship, but... it's almost the entire map. And as it starts moving towards us, it'll start firing again. Alright. But that might have saved us a little bit of damage. Alright, we're using Corsairs. Do we just do it?
Good evening, citizens of Earth.
Good evening, citizens of Earth. This is gonna hurt. It actually did not hurt as much as I thought it would. I would prefer you didn't try to go around that way. Thank you. Hey, we managed to stay out of range of its stupid beam. Alright, well that's it pretty much. Basically, everything got shot down except the thing we don't want to shoot down. And because we did pretty well... oh, no, we're not done yet. Never mind. We're almost done. But the whole goal here was to not lose all of my jets so that we can still shoot it down once it's done. Lotus. Hey there, Robert. You're back! Okay, here we go. This worked pretty well last time. Now we're fighting a mostly destroyed one. It should be a little bit easier. Okay, it's turning to the right, so we'll go to the left. Now it's turning the other way, but gives us a little bit more time, maybe. These... we really only need... 2 torpedoes might be enough. But 4 will be definitely enough. Okay, that's 4 torpedoes. Now we can just sort of focus on getting out of his range. Or at least being at an angle that he can't really hit us. Alright, these guys are pretty good. I like them. I'm glad we spent all the time building these things. Not bad at all. 2 Terror battleships. The 2 waves of Lotus was actually perfect, because they both could have taken... like, I didn't actually need to lose my 3 Lancers. We could have waited till those 2 got there. And they could have killed both battleships without any serious damage, with a little bit of luck. That's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Alright, I think... all we need to do is see this guy land. And that is our episode. We've got ourselves a massive civilian terror ship and a massive Sizen battleship. I'll have to figure out who's doing what mission and get everyone geared up. They'll want to start right in the morning. I expect, you know, A team, B team. And maybe we'll have C team start flying over to take care of this guy once he's done. because I still want to capture the Sizen operator. And this is the most important one, because I really want to capture some of that. And this guy is just for fun. Just for fun. But we'll probably want to leave... See, how long will it take? Kind of thinking B team goes to this one, because this one's further away. How long will it take to get there? 6 hours. Strikes are so good. So we don't have to leave until the middle of the night. We've got like 12 hours or so. Middle of the night their time. Or middle of the night its time. Okay, the UFO has landed. We want to send the shooter downers pretty quick. Okay, my North African Lancers got trashed. Oh, you know what'll work? Ha. Easy peasy. They got tons of fuel. Alright, once it's about the middle of the night, we're going to end our episode in this land. Alright, I'm pretty sure if we leave right about now, 6 hours is probably good. So we're going to end our episode here. Hopefully this has been a long enough episode, but the next one is going to be a Terra mission, so that'll take even longer. And then we'll do another Terra mission. And we'll probably launch C-Team pretty quick as well, because they're going to do that. Once the base is built, we're going to ignore the base, but we want to win the landing mission, and we have 2 massives, so that'll keep us busy. I just, airstruck the large UFOs. They would have given us some cool resources, like chat mentioned, but just too much time, man. Too much time. This is plenty of resources as it is. Alright, future tubers. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you didn't mind a little bit of save scumming to figure this out, but that's really the only one we need to do. As long as we manage to capture the stuff I want to capture, this will be the end of the Phase 2 tech until the base mission. That's something to look forward. I don't know how long it'll take for the base to grow, but that'll be fun. That'll be even more fun. Hopefully someone survives these massive UFOs to go to the base. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.